All right, hello and welcome everybody. J-Man here back for some more Nightwish reactions. Sadly, we are finishing out the Human Nature album. Final song, well, on disc one. Final song of the lyrical side of this uh, two-disc EP. So we've got Endless, and we've got our good friend Marko here to tell us a little bit about Endless. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's hear what he's got to say. Marko telling us about Endlessnes. Endlessness. Let's get it.
Hi there, everyone. I'm here to give you my fast rundown of the song Endlessnes, which nicely ends the album in contrast to its title. And it's a song about a universal, actually a multiversal force, so grand, so majestic that it actually, binds and permeates everything, all of our lives, just tiny particles in this mighty flow. And then there's this mere human vocalist, and his friend, a human being as well, has written a story, and we in this rock group try to bring its unique loneliness across to other mere humans. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi there, everyone.
All right. I think I kind of get it. A little cryptic, but I think I get it. I'm up. I'm up. All right. My dog's begging for attention. Zoe, I'm sorry, honey. You're going to have to go do your thing. All right. So Marko gave us a little bit on what's going on. Let's go ahead and let's finish out the lyrical disc of Human Nature. So here we go. Nightwish, Endlessnes. Let's get it. No, we're on tribal. We're on tribal. We're on tribal. Somebody, did nobody tell me? Man, no, that was the right song. I thought I saw tribal somewhere. Whatever. All right, yeah. Hey, we'd been going too smooth. The J-Man had been too smooth and looking too professional. We had to throw in a J-Man. Oops. All right, here we go. I looked up and I could have swore it said tribal. That's why you love me, right? Because I'm such a dumbass. All right, here we go. Nightwish, Endlessnes. Let's get it. That was an excellent ending to that disc. Um, Marko throwing down. Damn, dude. I heard stuff from Marko there I definitely have not heard before in his vocal range and stuff. Um, Another one that there's definitely some kind of cryptic lyrics in there. Um, here's my take on this. Don't know. You guys can. I'm sure you guys will tell me in the comments on the video how much you agree or disagree with me. So, endlessness, I think, is because so I'm pulling this off of some of the stuff that Marko said. Um, he mentioned the universe or the multiverse, um, and kind of the passing of time. Um, so to me, I think endlessness uh, is speaking to the idea that you know there is no beginning, there is no end. Um, I think that and stay with me here if you're out there, if you're on Twitch or you're on YouTube and you're religious, I mean no offense by any of this. I respect your right to believe what you believe. Um, I may disagree with you, but I respect your right to believe that. Um, but to me, I feel like a lot of religion comes from number one, seeking answers that we have no seeking the answers to questions that we have no answer for, um, and trying to plug in God as the answer to that. And then a lot of it also, I think, a big chunk of religion comes from this idea, this thinking, because we are human and everything that we experience tells us that everything has a beginning and everything has an end. We have no we have no good evidence of that. We just know that in our perception of the world, that things have beginnings and things have ends. We don't know that the universe hasn't always been around. That we know that there was this big bang. That there was. We can trace the history of the universe back to a time when matter was a super dense, condensed, hot, super hot point, um, and that something happened, and that super condensed point expanded very rapidly at the beginning. Um, but we don't know, there were a lot of pictures and visions of um, what they call celestial clouds, or basically big clouds of space dust, which are the nurseries for stars. Um, and we don't know that you look at these clouds of space dust and you see that they're called nebulae, um, and it's these places where there's all sorts of matter floating around and gravity's starting to take action and it's pulling matter together and matter's forming into stars, and from that stars are born out of these nurseries. Multiple stars are born out of these nurseries of stars. Um, and you can look at them through a telescope and you can see this cloud of dust and all these points of light. Who's to say that singularity that was the Big Bang, that created the Big Bang? Who's to say that was not just another tiny dot in a multiverse of universes being born? I mean, it's really just a limitation of our human understanding and our human language to understand that when a person of faith to me says, well, what was there in the beginning? What was it that caused everything to start? What started everything? It's like we don't know. And how do you know that there was a start? Um, we don't know that there was a start. Maybe the universe, the multiverse is just something that has always been here, and that's the way it is. We just can't grasp it. We can't understand the concept of no beginning, no end. Um, but that's our limitation, and that's us putting. I love that line. Yes, uh, Mazarin. I'm going to call you Maze. Um, I love that line. Dust with a meaning. Um, yeah, it's just. I think we're being a little full of ourselves to think that we could even figure out the universe and what it means and if there is a meaning. And who says that the the universe has to have a meaning, and who says that our life has to have a meaning? To me, that's just ego. That's our human ego thinking, well, I think and I have all these great thoughts and I'm a smart person and I can figure out that, this started this and that led to this and that ended in this. So everything has a beginning and everything has an end. It's just human ego thinking that we understand the universe. Our understanding of the universe is a minuscule amount of understanding. We can only really scientifically explore a very small portion of the universe, and who's to say that there are not other universes out there? Um, you're right. Time is just a label that we put on something. Um, it's all labels. It's all just our interpretation of things, and um, when people come up with, like I've said, well, what gives your life meaning? If you don't believe in God, what gives your life meaning? Um, this, this gives my life meaning. This gives my life joy. This art, music, games, sex, uh, anything. My life gives me joy, and my life gives me meaning. Um, I don't need to think about forever. I don't need to think about if there is some eternal landing space for a soul, if a soul even exists, which I don't believe it exists. But I mean that in no way disrespectful to you if you believe that we have a soul and there's a God and all of that stuff. Whatever iteration um, of religion or spirituality you believe in, I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. I'm just saying that I don't find enough evidence for your God. I don't find enough evidence for there being some higher power outside the this this isn't sex. Oh shit! Hey, there I go again. Um, yeah, but to me, that's what I find. That's what I find meaning and purpose in this world. Meaning and purpose for me is learning everything I possibly can about this world and experiencing and enjoying the people around me and hanging out with the people here on Twitch and um, watching other people react to music on YouTube and playing games and spending time with my wife and all of that stuff. That gives my life meaning. I don't need something beyond that to fulfill my life. So there we go. That's what that song made me think of. Um, I just feel like Tuomas is just saying that, hey, we're just dust. We're just dust in the wind. We're a tiny speck of dirt floating around in a massive ocean of other stuff. And yeah, I don't know. One of the big things for me when I started deconverting from religion was to start to realize, because I had always believed in science. Um, I think to be religious and have a scientific to be inquisitive about science, you have to have this thing where you apply your critical thinking to everything but your religion. It's like you take your religion and you set it over on this shelf over here, and you say everything else out in the world is under the microscopic eye of science and explanation and ration and reason. But I'm not going to turn that microscope on my religion, because once you do, you're afraid that it's going to unravel. Um, and I was that way as a religious person. Jess, have a good night. Peace out. Get some good sleep. Um, Toft CSS, first time seeing you in here. Um, who do you probably some. All right. Do we need to get Tofts out of here? Yeah. Somebody eject Tofts. Thank you. Um, so yeah, so to me, like I said, it's just that I need to find my bookmark in my head again. Um, yeah, for me to continue to maintain my religious beliefs, I had to take it out of the view. I had to take my religion out of the scrutiny of my skepticism, because I've always been a skeptic. Even though I was religious, I was a skeptic. Yeah, another Tourette sufferer, right, Cyber? Um, but when you no worries, no worries, Apex. I just happened to see a big long post. um, but yeah, to look at this universe, my bigger point, I finally found it, came back. Um, as I was deconverting, I was like, look at this massive universe. Look how big it is. And look how small the Earth is. And besides that, how small we as human beings are on this speck of dirt floating around in this massive ocean of the universe. And you're telling me that God created all of this just so we could exist on this little speck of sand floating around in a ocean of massive size and everything that he I don't know, that to me, I don't know if that's is as profound of a statement as it was for me to everybody else, but it was just like, yeah, once I came out the other side of religion, I was like, that seems kind of ludicrous that we exist on this very small planet in a very large solar system amongst a very large universe of billions of other solar systems. Um, Night, Moralgar. Have a good one. Or was Moralgar saying night to Dark Raven? Oh, no, you have to head out as well. All right. Yep. Have a good one, Moralgar. Anyway, so there we go. Um, long diatribe. Sorry if anybody religious took any offense to this. I meant no offense. I actively support your right to believe what you believe. I'm merely talking about me and my beliefs and the way that I see the world, and things like that. So there you go. Um, Loved this album. Loved every last little tidbit and morsel of this album. Um, it has been a spectacular, wonderful journey. So, end of CD one. Um, exactly, Appy. So I am going to go ahead and cut this here. Um, I think I think I can tell you guys out there on YouTube that probably where we're going next is we're going to disc two. Um, it's uh, it's part of the album. It's part of Nightwish. Um, we're not going to have lyrics to chomp on and digest. We're just going to be able to experience the art, the music of it. Um, so I think that I'm pretty sure that's where we're going. Um, I'll work that out, and we'll see tomorrow when tomorrow comes. So thank you YouTube for joining. Thank you Twitch. Been a wonderful ride through this album. Absolutely loved it. Can't wait to listen to this thing on repeat a million times and dig into it a little bit more. So yeah, everybody have a good rest of your day, night, morning, whatever you got in front of you, whenever you happen to be watching this. Thanks for joining me. Be good. Peace.